Hello, welcome to another Ready Aim Roll video. This setup's going to be a little bit different because I'm doing a little bit of painting. Going to be painting the Spartan Has-Op from obviously Halo Flashpoint. This is from the War Games expansion. That's what I was trying to think of. Yes, so I just want to make a video about 5 things that I want to see in the near future for Halo Flashpoint, because it's a game that I adore in a franchise that I adore. Going to be dry brushing some flat red onto this lad, mostly onto his shoulder pads and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a game that I adore in a franchise that I adore, and I want the best for this tabletop game going forward. And I think so far Mantic have done a fantastic job with sort of getting the ball rolling, so to speak. So, number one, what do I want to see in future is a proper rulebook. Because at the moment, all we have is this and the sporadic rulebooks across the different expansions. I think at this point we need a rulebook, a central rulebook with all the rules, all the list building rules and guides, updated for the new card format for War Games and beyond. Maybe they don't do that just yet. I think they will do that. But I think maybe not until we've got the Covenant stuff. Gonna have to deal with a bit of moody lighting on my face because I can't see what I'm doing else. That's heavier than I intended. Yeah, I think we'll have to wait until the rest of the Covenant stuff comes out first. But I just think that would be very useful, and if they do it, please make it in a standard book shape and format instead of that weird square thing that I just showed you. Because I think that rulebook is a good size for what it needed to be in the intro box. But I think it's a bit not too unwieldy. It's just a bit of a nightmare to read when you need to quickly get information. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world, but you know. This is obviously in no particular order, so I'm just doing this on the fly. Number 4 is give us grunts. I have no doubt in my mind that grunts are on their way. Specifically, I want suicide grunts. I want just cheap as chips, fanatical, even if you can't, like, obviously, I don't think they'll call them suicide grunts, they'll call them grunt fanatics or something like that. But you know the ones, if you've ever played Halo 3 or Halo, for me, they will always be associated with Halo Reach. That sequence where all you've got is your Magnum and you've got little bastards running at you, ready to die, effectively. Yeah, just give me that. Make them like 20 points, 10 or 20 points, make them like super cheap, and make them, you know, just have them when they go off, they go off with a massive bang, because obviously they don't just have one grenade, they have two and they're running. Give them like 2-3 move, or even give them like 3-4 movement. I don't know if that would be broken, having something move halfway across the board in a single turn, but I think that would be funny and terrifying to face off against. Yeah, that's what I want for elites. Not elites, for grunts. What else do I want from Flashpoint? Give us more characters. I think we so far have a lot of stuff for the UNSC. We've obviously got Chief, we've got Buck and Dare. Give us a Covenant character. Give us the Arbiter. And make Arbiter sort of a mercenary character where you can run him as either UNSC or Covenant, and have his rules reflect that. I just think that would be a really, really cool option, where you can have him as, you know, the Arbiter in Halo, like early Halo 2 to, you know, towards the end of Halo 2, or you can have him from Halo 3 onwards. I think that would really, really spice up list building, having that elite stat line on the UNSC side of the table. I think that could be really interesting. Yeah, I think that would be cool. Do I think that will happen? Yeah, almost definitely they're going to be bringing out the Arbiter at some point. Do I know when? No, of course not. I know I was at the, obviously, if you saw my previous video, I was at the Mantic Open Day. I know some of the things that are on the horizon. I don't know when they're coming out, but I know what they're looking at doing in, say, the next 12 to 18 months. Cool stuff, I can't say. But yeah, that was 3, right? We had new rulebook, grunts, Arbiter. Number 2, I should have written these down. Number 2, give us more plastic terrain. I think the cardboard terrain stuff is superb, especially for that Christmas morning test where you get your minis out of your box. They're already pre-made, pre-assembled. The cardboard terrain goes together in 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. But give us some more specific Halo themed terrain. I know we've got the scatter terrain, and I know they did some little extra bits for Flashpoint using the Dead Zone terrain stuff. But give us more, please. I think give us some ship interior stuff. Give us a because we know there's going to be stuff that encourages putting 2 boards together for stuff like big team battle. Give us a incentive. Give us a ship board that actually works better with 2, so you can have a whole, reenacting the opening of Halo Combat Evolved, where you're just running through the Pillar of Autumn. in like a 400 point list. I think that would be really, really cool. You know, basically, the boarding action terrain from Games Workshop, make that Halo. That's what I want. Even though, obviously, Halo Flashpoint is already a really tight, close quarters combat environment. Yeah, and number one, speaking of the Halo campaigns, give us a campaign system. Let us tell our own stories. Because we know Dead Zone has its own campaign system. Dead Zone's got its own campaign system. Give Halo a campaign system. It doesn't have to be complex. This paint is really wet. It doesn't have to be complex, but just like, 4 or 5 interconnected missions where the winner of the next game gets a bonus of some variety. Even if it's not like a continuous, like, Necromunda style thing. Give us, like, narrative campaigns that we can play with our friends, where we can reenact the games or try and change history. Like I was saying with the Pillar of Autumn terrain idea. What if one player is playing as the UNSC and the next player is playing as the Covenant? You get different things depending on if the UNSC won the opening game or if the Covenant won the opening game. So, for example, if the UNSC won, things continue as they do in Halo. If the Covenant win, then it then becomes a... I don't know. Just... I don't think I've ever got a seizure on camera before. Oh, fuck. Sorry about that. I had a seizure. And I've just dropped my mini in my paint in my paint water. Look at him, he's all shiny now. I think that's a sign for me to not be painting right now. That's thrown me off my game a bit. Yeah, number one thing I want from Halo Flashpoint is campaigns. Let us play through what if scenarios, as it were. Let us play through, different campaign settings. Play through Reach. Imagine a campaign set on Reach where if you're the UNSC player, you get to try and save Reach. Like, make it hard, of course, because half the fun of the narrative of Reach is the ending of Reach. The reason why we say remember Reach. But also, what if scenarios are fun? I think narrative campaigns would be cool. And a bonus attached to that. Give us solo play. I know it'd be hard. I know it'd be quite hard to do. But, just a simple AI for the Covenant. Or if you want to play the Covenant fighting the UNSC. Just a simple AI like flowchart system for characters, so that we can, play out our favourite moments. I think that would be cool. I think that would sell like hotcakes, especially if you bundle it in with the rulebook for whatever stuff happens if they do reach. That is still too wet. Yeah, that's it. I got distracted dry brushing. Yeah, that's my wish list for Halo Flashpoint. I'm probably going to re-record this because I had a seizure halfway through it, so yeah.